Sam Martino, aka Seaquince, back at it again with another Wi-Fi battle. And today we're having a match against Oscar, who is packing his rain squad with Helper, Dragapult, Toxicity, Whimsicott, Urshifu, and Tyranitar. A board of threats, but we're not exactly slacking ourselves. We got a specially defensive Excadrill, Volcarona packing that Quiver Dance, Azumarill with a Choice Band, pretty rogue I know. We got the Dragapult with Hex, Willow, Trickle Meteor, hints of some damage. We got Clefable with Wish and Protect to support the squad, and we're rounding it all off with the Como. I think that we're pretty poised in this matchup. Anyways, we do see him start off the Whimsicott here, and we start off the Dragapult of our own. I'm pretty sure that I can go for a U-turn safely here, so I go out here, and I decide to pivot into my Clefable because I know I can take anything that this thing is going to offer, and then just pivot out again with our teleport. So I do exactly just that, and we see him go for the Mood Blast. And while, of course, it doesn't really do that much damage, we do see that it does a bit more damage than I thought it would. So I then assume that it does have special attack investment, which is something I definitely should have kept in mind, as I do eventually not keep this in mind fully as the battle goes on. You'll see in just a minute. So we do see the Giga Drain go off, and our teleport is gonna go off after. So we are gonna pivot off into something yet again. Now there's no reason not to go into our Dragapult, Tailwind is not up. So we can just get another free U-turn off, get some damage, have a time. So we do see the Dragapult here, and we can just safely U-turn. Nothing going on, no boosts. So we do that. And we actually go for a call into our Volcarona. Now, again, I failed to realize that Whimsicott was actually packing Hurricane, which we're going to see just a minute. He goes for Giga Drain, doesn't do any damage, we quad resist it. But then we try to aim for a Psychic, thinking that, oh, something's going to switch out here. So I definitely go for that. But I actually go into my Azumarill thinking that he's going to go for something that can really do it. However, we do see the Hurricane come out here, and I definitely make a misplay here. I stay in thinking something else is gonna come in, and then slam with the knockoff, but no, Giga Drain comes out here, and it takes me out. I did not think Giga Drain was gonna take out all my health, to be honest. Azumarill is fairly bulky. So we do go back into our Volcarona here, and I try to set up a Quiver Dance. However, it doesn't really go well, as Whimsicott gets a Hurricane off on me. And that did a lot more damage than I expected it to. So we do get the boost, and I go for a Psychic anticipating a switch. But no, we unfortunately do not take it out. And we hit the Psychic, but Whimsicott KOs us in return with Hurricane, which it consecutively hit 3 in a row. Let's just call that out. It hit 3 in a row, that's a 70 accuracy move. So Oscar does have some pretty good luck on his side. We go back into Dragapult, there's no reason not to. U-turn takes it out here, and we can just gain some free momentum. So we do see the Dragapult switch out here, but he switches out Whimsicott trying to save him later. Tyranitar comes out, and we're just able to pivot out on that. We then go into our Como with the thought of setting rocks on the mine. However, something about this Como is that it actually has no way to really deal with Helper besides Toxic. I don't predict switching though, and I just go for an aggressive Stealth Rock. So Pelipper switches in, and we get our rocks up, but Drizzle also goes up, which could be a bit dangerous for the Urshifu that is waiting in the back. So as we wait for the move, we do see the switch in happen here. And then Pelipper's Rain goes off. Stealth Rock goes up on the field, but little do I anticipate the fact that Pelipper is here is actually packing the defog. I just switch right on out there, go back to Clefable since I know that I'm pretty bulky, can take some hits, and then Pelipper just cleans up all those hazards. Rip Stealth Rock, rip indeed. So we do see the Pelipper get some work done, so I go for a Moonblast in the hope that I can get the damage, since Pelipper usually invests in physical defense. We see the Toxicity come in here, and my Moonblast does jack to it. So it's pretty inherently obvious that I need to find a way to get around this thing. The shift gear set would be really dangerous, so I protect to see what it's gonna go for. It does go for a Boom Burst, which makes me think it's actually either Specs or Spark. So I switch into my Dragapult to see if my theory is true. I go in, and Boom Burst should do nothing to Pult since I am a ghosty roasty. So Boom Burst does nothing, and I slam a Draco Meteor down. Since this Whimsicott comes in, I can just KO it with U-turn and gain momentum. But Draco Meteor hits his mark and Toxtricity goes down. Yeah, even though it only has 100 special attack, Dragapult still does pack a punch. Draco Meteor is a very powerful move. So we do see the Whimsicott come back here, but Whimsicott is within KO range for U-turn, so that's just free momentum waiting to be claimed. We do see the Tailwind go up though, which could be dangerous. It outspeeds our Pult. And then we see the switch up. So I decide that I'm gonna go directly into my Clefable since I can just pivot out of so much here with that teleport. It's pretty good versus most of the squad remaining except for Urshifu, which I'm predicting to come in here. So we do see the Urshifu come in on the switch in. And Urshifu could be a problem for our Clef, but we do have Como in the back still. When Como has defense, that can definitely deal with any of Urshifu's hits. So we definitely await for him to send it out, and Urshifu hits the field. Urshifu is probably going to go for Surging Strikes while the rain is up, so I decide to just swap into Como, and it doesn't really dent us at all. You see the cool animation off the Surging Strikes, but the damage isn't nearly as rewarding. So we do see the rain also stop, which makes that damage do even less to us. And there's no reason not to go for a Body Press, unless we're predicting the Pelipper switch in, which we can just switch in Clefable to. So I do go for the Body Press, get some things off, and I was unexpected to see the Aerial Ace there, really. I think that he's probably just going to go aggressive to take Como out, so I'll just get some more damage on this. Prepping it to make sure I can just come in with Dragapult, in fact, and take it out. And that is definitely indeed within Dragapult range, especially if he takes us out here. I'm also not sure if Aerial Ace might take us out here. It probably does, but we do see him go for the close combat, actually. With that Spadef being lower, Dragapult is 100% taken out. So we just send in the Pult, and we hit it with the Hex. So then Pult comes in, and we see if he's going to preserve his Urshifu or not, since Urshifu definitely is great against my Clefable, so it might be worth keeping around. We do see the Urshifu switch up, Pelipper comes in, but we still do slam it with the Hex. Our Hex is pretty strong with Spell type, despite it being only 65 power right now, but that damage makes it clear that Pelipper is not taking a Draco Meteor, so we do hit the Draco Meteor, and Pelipper is gone. So we do take that crucial KO, and we're slowly whittling down Oscar's team. However, we do see the Dragapult switch in here. The Dragapult is his own. Now the question is if he's Specs or Spark. So I decide to switch in my Excadrill, and I know for a fact that since I have special defense investment, then if it 2 KOs, it's Specs, and if it doesn't, then that's a Scarf. We do see the Shadow Ball down here, and that's 2 KOs. So we have a winner. It is Specs. We do expect Excadrill to go down, but the information we got off of that is pretty crucial. Since we know later on the match, if need be, we can try to win that speed tie since we are timid. We use the Dragapult switch in here, and I just decide that I can slam anything I want with the Draco Meteor. No repercussions, really. So we do see if he's gonna preserve, and he does switch out the Dragapult, and he goes into T-Tar. Now, Draco Meteor isn't really gonna dent T-Tar, but I'm really not that worried. Since I decide that if I can hit a Will-O-Wisp, then Clefable can kind of handle his squad pretty nicely. So we do hit the Willow here, and we do see the Tyranitar go for the Earthquake unexpectedly. And I wasn't really expecting that, considering that Earthquake's kind of neutral versus both my remaining Pokemon. But we do see it go off, Dragapult is still in pretty good health, and there's no reason not to U-turn into Clefable. Maybe generate some momentum with Wish or Teleport, or just Wish Protect. We can probably get out of this Tyranitar 1v1 unscathed now. So we do see the U-turn, it does some good damage. If Dragapult comes in again, the U-turn definitely takes that out. Plus the burn, so we might not even have to worry about it. Clefable comes back in, and we're free to Wish. That Crunch does abysmal damage. So there's no reason that we can't just heal up here. We're definitely taking the battle under our control at this point. So I do see the Wish come down. And Tyranitar goes for a Stone Edge, but it misses. And we do get the Wish off virtually for free. There's no reason not to protect here because that burn is taking Tyranitar down this turn. So we do beat that Tyranitar, which is very, very nice, since it basically makes it so that nothing really beats Dragapult from this point forward. We do see that the battle timer is wearing down, so my plays with Clefable got together more aggressive, I'll say that. We do see the Urshifu come in here, and I'm expecting the Surging Strikes come down here to get some damage, but no, we actually see the Thunder Punch. Again, an interesting choice considering that it's neutral against Clefable and not very effective against Pulp, but Urshifu does go down there. So we do get the healing off the leftovers, and then his last Pokemon, his Dragapult, his Specs Pult. He does tell me that he was a timid Dragapult, but that Specs Pult was definitely still doing some damage. He will probably 2-KO my Clefable, but I am not really able to KO him back. He did get that crit, and we hit the Moon Boss, but it doesn't really finish him off. So we are honestly completely reliant on the Speed tie to win this match. Pretty invigorating, huh? So we do see the Shadow Ball KO here, and it's Dragapult v Dragapult. Whoever wins this die roll, the Speed tie, is the winner of the match. Both our Dragapults stare down, we declare an attack, and I'm the one who comes on top. And that is the end of the battle. Definitely GG's to Oscar. That was a very, very close battle. I was very quivering within my boots. So yeah, that is the battle for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And be sure to leave a like, drop a sub. I really would appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down in the comments. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And until next time, have a good one.